All right, y'all. Good afternoon, y'all. We are back with another day of daily verse. Just got back from work, so I'm gonna get this out for y'all, and then I'm gonna watch the sermon on the big screen over here. Get some notes down, and we'll get sermon recap out of the way for y'all. But yeah, today's daily verse is gonna come from Proverbs 27, verse 17, which says here, iron sharpens iron and one person sharpens another, y'all. So we need to take a look at the friends we have, y'all, in our life and go by this verse, right? We need to be looking for friends that can sharpen us on our walk with Christ every single day, right? Hold on one second. Back to what I was saying, but we need to find friends that will strengthen us on our walk with Christ, y'all. Like, what kind of friends? Like, really take a look at your friends, right? And we need to be praying. We need praying to God about this, right? Like, Lord, if there's some friends that you know that is gonna lead me astray from you, then I need you to drop them out of my life, right? And that's a hard prayer. It's a very hard prayer, but it needs to be happening. Hold on, let me turn this down. It's a hard prayer, y'all, but it's something that needs to be done, y'all, because we're trying to strengthen our relationship with God. And you can't have friends that's not willing to say anything when you're struggling with something, right? They acknowledge that you're struggling with something and they choose not to say anything about it. Or they look past it, right? They might see you going down the wrong path with a sin, right? And they don't say nothing about it. They don't acknowledge it to you, right? Or maybe they're that might be one of the reasons why they're still friends with you, is because you're enjoying the sin that they might be actually struggling with too. So we need to look at each other, like look at your friends and like really acknowledge, like, is this a friend that I really need in my life, right? Are they strengthening my relationship with God, right? Or are they just trying to lead you astray and keep you on the wrong path, that path that could probably lead you to being lukewarm and not even acknowledging the sins that you haven't struggled, and then you struggle to figure out what the Spirit is telling you when it comes to conviction, right? So we need to acknowledge. So that's why it's so big on having friends that will sharpen you, y'all, because once you have friends that can sharpen you, Lord, y'all both can work together to strengthen each other. Y'all both figure out each other's problems. Y'all both help each other out, right? You might be struggling with something, and that friend might help you, and they might be struggling with something, and it might be something you can help them with, right? And that's something big you need to have, like, every single week. It's just having friends that can strengthen you up. And that's why community is so big, y'all, because you want to have friends that can strengthen you up, right? Because we all sin, right? We all struggle, right? And sometimes we don't acknowledge the struggles that we have, but we have friends that will acknowledge it for us, right? And we might not like in the moment, right? But you're going to thank them down the road. It's like, I'm so grateful for you being able to tell me that, or being able to tell me, like, when you're down in certain places, or maybe you're moving or something like that, having friends that's telling you, it's like, hey, just a reminder, right? It's something simple as this. Hey, God's got you there for a reason, all right? Okay? You're not alone, right? Simplest stuff like that, y'all. It's like, goes a long way for people. And that's what happened to me when I went to summer. One of my friends told me when I was struggling the first 2 weeks, being alone and stuff like that, and he told me, like, you're there for a reason, man. Like, don't forget that. God got you there for a reason, right? And plant as many seeds as you can, but God is with you every step of the way. And that's a beautiful thing that we have to remember, y'all. So that's the basis of iron sharpens iron, y'all. Just continue to grow each other, okay, every day. Somebody you can rely on when you're down or you're struggling to face. Somebody that can rely on you and tell you what you need to work on, right? And some people don't want to listen to that, but you gotta have your heart unhardened and drop that pride issue and listen to what some of your friends are trying to tell you to strengthen your relationship that you might not be seeing, but through their fruits and their spirit, the fruits of their spirit, right? They're telling you something that you need to hear, right? That you need to be convicted about, and you need to be open to listen to them. Okay? But I love y'all. Jesus loves y'all more, and I'll get sermon recap out to y'all in a little bit. Peace.